Hi everyone and welcome to this final project for the class management. So today we'll firstly look at our outline. First, I will talk about the project in general. Then after I will talk about the company. I will talk also about planning, organizing, leading, controlling, staffing, and in the end, the website. So first, what is the project? What was the project? It was to create a company that did 3D printed mask. So we had to decide either if we sell it or we give it to the population. And we had to look throughout our financing and to compare the theory to what was the company itself in the end. So I decided to take a fictive company, a company I created from my own idea. I decided that this company would sell at a low price to the government because they're the one that really need those masks. If the government does not want the rest of those masks, I will give it to the population for free, since some might need them but might not be able to buy it. So I decided to lay off all my employees and keep only 3 employees. The one that will be working to receiving order and shipping them, one that will be working with the printer, make sure that they're doing the right stuff, that there's no defect with the mask, and one that will be the buyer. So, in other words, you will buy what the person working with the printer will need. So, we'll buy the material and everything, and we'll also work with the finance. And there will also be a fourth employee, myself, which would be the manager. So, in the end, the company would be a non-profit organization. So now planning. We'll go through what is the definition of planning, what is important with planning, and how we plan in this campaign. So a short definition of planning. So planning is the process of thinking about the activities required to achieve a desired goal. So at first, why is planning so important and what is important in planning? Planning is important because that's the first thing you do when you start a new product. So with this, we start a new mask. So the first thing we need to do to look is what would be our product, what will be our price, what is the client needs, what is the national economy, and many other things that is related to what is our product in general. So I decided to plan a 3D printed mask, which is the name of my fictive company. We first tried to understand the current situation. So with the COVID-19, as we all know, people are all around the world need masks, and there's already some mask that is on internet for 3D printers. We decided to take this mask and to improve it so they're now approved by Health Canada. So this is the first thing we decided to do. We look over internet and we create a new product, a better version of it. So the second thing we look is our financial plan. What will we do with those masks? How much it will cost us to produce those masks? And what will be our objective? So we decided to put it at the lowest price possible. So we just include the employee salary, the price of the printer, the product needed to produce those masks, and the price for the research. As I mentioned, we improved those masks, so we also put it in there. And after, the only thing that client might need to pay is shipping. We also took a look at our objective, that was to help with the current crisis and to support our health system. So now organizing. What is organizing? It is the function of management that involves developing an organizational structure and allocating human resources to ensure the accomplishment of objective. So what is important with organizing? Well, first, even if you have a great plan but there's no organization with this plan, it is this is mainly going to fail. So first thing we look is to we look at the budget, so we'll be able to organize the material in the machine that we need and that we need to buy. Second, we'll look at the best way for the production line to work. And thirdly, we look at how our employee would fit. So this is mainly why it is important, because you need to know what you will need, how many employee you will need, and how they will be working. So in which order, so the production line is going well. So at 3D printed mask, what we did is first we organized the work division. So who will work where and who will do what. This is what we did after the work assignment. So as I mentioned, there's three employees. There's the one working with the order, shipping and receiving them. The other one working with the printer. So they each have their location in the shop. Then after the financial and the manager itself will work from home to decrease the risk of propagation. So now the work assignment, as I just mentioned, will be to produce and ship them for financial, make sure everything is good so we're staying in business, and for the manager only to be the link between the government and the shop itself. So basically they all have a small assignment, but it's really crucial in this time. So now we'll take a look at staffing. Staffing is really important because this is where you get your human resources. This is where you recruit them, this is where you evaluate, and this is where you select the qualified candidate for the position. So in the end, even if you have great plan, great organization, but no one to work for you, your company is going to go bankrupt. So why is it important? As I mentioned, you need people to work for you. So you need to find them and you need to attract them. So even if nowadays current technologies as our 3D printed mask is replacing the majority of employee, we need to find the best of the best as we did with the three employee to make sure the company is going well. So what we did at 3D printed mask, well, first we had no problem with staffing since the company already existed before the crisis, so we did not need to hire new employee. Uh, Instead, we had to lay off some, and we only had to keep the best of the best so that they will do the best to in the production line. So now we'll take a look at leading. What is leading? It is influencing or prompting the member of the organization to work together with the interests of the organization. What is important in that? Well, even if you have great plan, you have great organization, you have great staff, but you have a lack of leading, no one will work for you. No one will want to work for you because by leading them, it means that you will be in front with them, that you will be working with them, that you will encourage them so they will feel personally attached to the company and they will want to achieve the goal of the company. If not, they will simply be an employee that is not meant to work for you. So how we did at 3D printed mask? Well, what we implement at first, we implement that employee take leadership because even if we leader had great leadership and employee does not have, they will always be asking questions to the manager. And in this situation where there's no manager on site, employee need to be able to take their own decision and to go from their own idea. After, communication is really important in this part of leading. It is more important in this day because without communication, people from home, the manager and the financial manager, won't be able to work with the people from the shop itself. So this is why communication is so important because the people on site are the eyes of the people taking the decision in the end. Now let's take a look at the controlling. What is the definition of controlling? It is a primary goal-oriented function of management in an organization. It is a process of comparing the actual performance with the set standard of the company to ensure that activities are performed according to the plans, and if not, then taking correction action. So why it is important is because even if you have a great plan and you have all the function that I said before, but you do not control them, so they do not as go as they were planned to. So the costs go higher than you expect to, then you will go bankrupt. If you do not control, like if there's a danger or anything and you do not control it, people won't work there because it's too dangerous for their life. So in the end, controlling need to be do every day. This is why it is so important because that's what decided if you take action and if you reduce the risk. So what we do at 3D printed mask, well, we use reports because we're not on site the manager. So there's an automatic report that is sent to us. How many masks were produced that day, what was the average time, and every other important information. There's also a report from the two employees that were on site. I said if anything went wrong and if they need anything else. So in the end, there's good communication, and there's also the report that provide all the information they might need. So we also look closely to our costs and our budget because we sell them at the lowest price possible. And if we do sell our mask too cheaply, or if the material costs more than we expected, we'll go bankrupt again. So this is not what we want. We want to stay stable and to have like the maximum as that we can for the production line. So finally, I will invite you to take a look at my website. You can simply click on the link over there and you can see right there how we sell our mask. As I mentioned, we're firstly selling them to the health system, so which means that if you need them, you will need to email us. So the people that really need them will email us, while others will just give up. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoy.